how are Jen and Maddie as friends themselves?
Yeah.
Sleeping with the same guy.
Twin, where have you been?
B and I rocked up in the same bloody outfit today. There was one episode that we did where our outfit vibes were just not matching.
At
it just
all.
was not it. So now we do a little check-in
Now we're
prior.
overly matching.
Now we're literally identical. This is Live and Let Be.
With Liv and B.
I'm so excited about today's concept
Me too.
because I love my friends. Do you
I
know?
love you.
Friendships are so cherished as you get older, and when you have friendships that last a long time, there's such a special place to go when you just need another perspective or, you know, someone to understand who you are and how you've been through like all the phases. It's just so nice. I love my friends.
I love my friends too. And as you get older, it does have a whole new meaning. You get a closer knit of girls, and I don't know, your bond is just different with everyone too, like individuals. When you hang out one-on-one, when you're in a group setting, it's also different, and you just value different things in each one of them.
In each friend. There was a significant point in growing up where I realized that not every friend can give you the same or will be the same or feel the same. And you can also feel like a different friend in different friendships.
100%.
That allowed me to really appreciate each friendship and not put too much pressure on things fitting into a particular box that you think a friend should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like you go to this person because they're the one that's going to get drunk with you. The other friend might not.
Like I know with some friends, I know it's not as deep and it's a bit more, you know, lighthearted, like how you were when you were younger, and you can just be silly, and that's sort of the dynamic. But then you have your friends who, you know, you really value their opinion and you admire and you want to like learn from them and all of that type of vibes.
Yeah. When you want to exert some sort of energy, different friends come to mind for sure. You're like, I want to debrief about this, but I'm going to get deep as fuck, and I need a friend that's going to be able to handle that and also contribute in a similar way.
Yeah.
On
the same level.
It's so nice.
It is nice. Speaking of what we value, what do you value in me?
Oh, we have to give a little appreciation for each other on this topic.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're pretty good with that. I feel like we're always like appreciating each other and saying it out loud too. Yeah, which is nice. True.
It's definitely not something that I've always been good at. I haven't always been able to effortlessly offer my friends words of affirmation or like lift them up. And I learnt that lesson with my sister. I've always thought the world of my sister. And for years, I never would give her compliments because my perception of her was that she didn't need them. I'm watching her smash it through her career. I'm watching her be such a good friend and, you know, have all this goodness around her that I didn't think she needed that from me.
Yeah.
And there was one day that she actually said, "You don't pump me up when you're taking photos of me." She goes, "Your face is so neutral. I don't know if you think I look disgusting or like..." And I was thinking, oh, I just didn't think that you needed that. And she's like, "Of course." And she goes, "In your opinion is
means
what
the
matters."
most.
Yeah, the most to me. So that was the first time that I thought people actually need to hear things out loud. Even if you think so highly of someone, you can't guarantee that they just know that.
Exactly.
You know, everyone deserves it.
For sure. And it is the people that you think don't need it, but then they never get it. So they're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So true.
You know, and then you think they're good. Like they're confident, they have it, but then they actually don't receive a lot of things because everyone just thinks they've got it. Like I know for me, when someone says something or you say something, people that are my best mates, I'm like, fuck, that, like I actually needed that. Like that was really nice.
The people you think the highest of.
Tell them.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you.
Tell me. Shit, she's getting out her phone. I wrote in my notes too.
Yeah, don't act like...
I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
She doesn't know it off by heart.
Oh, you really have to...
She went into ChatGPT.
Okay.
Is it a poem?
Yeah.
Is it?
Dear? No.
Oh.
Fuck no.
Like, shit. Rewrite mine.
So when I was thinking about what I'm grateful for in our friendship,
yeah,
whenever there's something coming up, like an occasion or travel dates or something that I've told you is coming up for me, I feel like you always remember or take the time to send a little message like, I hope you have the best time or safe travels or something. And I always receive it either the day before or the morning of. And I think, oh, it's so nice that you think of me. You're very thoughtful. And it makes me feel special. You always encourage me to stand in my worth and feel confident setting boundaries. That's a big one. I feel like there's always little subtle things of like, but back yourself or why'd you do that?
Fucking idiot. No.
But you question me in all the right ways and encourage me in the ways that I need it. And then I just did one last one. You always effortlessly give energy and time to the people that I love, and even down to like my pets and stuff and my partner, and having that value makes you feel like family. Because you care about what I care about.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And now I'm going to cry.
Oh, it's your turn.
I'm actually in the phase.
Are you?
Yeah.
Thank fuck, because if it was me last, I couldn't. So you need to cry now.
You need to cry now.
It's your turn.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you. That's really sweet.
It was easy to think of those too.
Yeah. Mine was easy to think of too, for you and what I value in our friendship. I mean, I admire everything you bring into a friendship. Like, I think you're very caring, patient, supportive, like whether it's a big thing or a small thing. Again, you do the same thing. You boost me up and make me think, no, this is important, like, and if you think it's important, it is. Like, you don't make the value of how big something is or small something is. It doesn't make me second guess myself if I should be excited about it or whatever it may be. And like your creativity, like that's made me grow so much in like the last few years. Like you always are thinking outside the box or like test my perspective or be like, have you thought of it this way? And like it just makes me be like, fuck, all right, how would Olivia think about this? Because you're so good with that stuff. And I admire that so much in you. And like, you're just so creative in how you've made what you have made for your life. Us coming from similar backgrounds, it's so cool to see. And I'm like, fuck, all right. Like always wanting to learn off you, which is really cool.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I've got
a little bit more. I'm not done. And what I love about our dynamic too, and you as a friend, is there's never ever been like any ounce of jealousy, any ounce of like a weird feeling for either of us. Like you're always the one to be like, I've got this event, you're coming. And then when we're there, I always feel like an equal. I've never felt weird going to something,
so true.
Which is so important. Like having friends that aren't jealous or don't have weird intentions or don't want you to look your best. Like not once when we put on an outfit, I feel you don't want me to wear something because I look good or vice versa. Like we want each other to look as best as we can. Why are you laughing?
I'm just thinking of that event we went to. We had 3 options between the both of us. Yeah. And we're both like, no, I'm not putting that on because I thought you wanted to put that. And you're like, I'm not putting it on because I want you to figure out if you like it more. Yeah. And then... Oh, no. But
it's important because you hear so many stories where friends don't feel good or they want their friends to look worse than them. Like I've never understood that. And I think it's so nice to feel like a friend genuinely supports you no matter what, and there's no weird hidden agendas or anything like that.
That's 100% reciprocated too. Like I don't think there's any ego in our friendship. Like we both want the best for each other because obviously now having the podcast together, it's going to benefit both of us as well. Yeah. But if you're feeling good, then I feel good, then we're feeling good and everything's better.
Yeah. And doing this together too, obviously starting to understand more of the strengths and the weaknesses. And if someone is having an off day or an off week, like that person just jumps in and we'd never take things too personally.
Yeah. And, like neither of us keep tabs on things. It's kind of just like you said, it's going to come in waves where someone can step up in one area that the other might not be able to at this time.
Yeah.
Oh, go
I
us.
know. It's nice.
It's,
And it's nice to have someone like we're on the same like mentally when we chat, we can get on the same level, like get deep or just be stupid. Like there's a nice balance.
Yeah.
For birthdays and stuff, what we've sort of done as a tradition, and remember made you do it at that time. But I think I came up with this fucking years ago, of course. At anyone's birthdays, we go around, so me, my friends, and we'll just say what we value in the friendship and what a fun memory is.
Wait.
What?
B goes, not the last birthday, the birthday before.
27, I think I was turning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fresh out of breakup, I was prime.
Same.
I was in my zone. We were both in our zones, the drunkest ones there.
Ready to tear
ready to rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sitting around this circle table and there's probably like 8 of us.
Yeah.
And everyone's, doing their thing. Some people are getting up and taking photos. And anyway, there's this point now that we're all sitting and there's like a break in the chat. And B goes, all right, so we're going to go around the table and everyone's going to say something they love about me. And you know what? My first thought was, fuck yes, I'm so excited to do this because I thought you deserve that. And I was like, as anyone else's, like someone else's reaction could so easily be like, oh God, that's a bit like, up yourself. But I was
don't think
like,
any of them thought that. They're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, now I've got to think of something. I just had to keep myself from, falling off my chair until it came around me because I was so drunk. And then it gets to me and
I'm going to say because you were so excited to say it.
Then it finally gets to me and I go on this fucking journey saying all this stuff. Oh, when I first met you, I thought this, and everyone's just like locked on listening to me blabble. I'm like, B asked for this. She started this whole thing.
But it's so nice, and we've maintained that for everyone's birthday, and it's just nice that each year it changes. Like, that's what I love is 1 year, they might say this and you think, fuck, I've already said something. What am I going to say bloody this year?
Yeah.
But then something new happens or you're evolving. So then they notice different things about you, and it's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And a nice little memory and what stands out for your friends and what might stand out for you. I think it's a nice little thing to do.
Yeah, it's a nice prompt because like you said before, people don't actively take the time to want to do it. It's not like you have a friend, you go, okay, 3-month review.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down and tell each other what's going good and what's going bad.
I mean,
we should probably do that.
That could work, yes. Let me write that down.
All right, let's give an episode breakdown so people know what to expect. We've had some listener write-ins.
Yes.
I'm excited for. We've got some girls sharing their complex friendship scenarios. We've been asked some advice, have we?
Yeah, there's 2 that want some advice, and then 2 are just some scenarios of what went down in their friendship and the breakdown of that. So we'll start with one of the breakdowns, just a scenario. I have a friendship breakup story. A 2-for-1 special. Ooh. When I was 17, I moved to a new city and pretty quickly started to date a guy in one of my classes. By default, his friends became my friends, but they still always felt like his friends, not really mine. There were 2 girls in the group in the group that were really close, and they kind of took me under their wing when everyone was together. So I didn't feel left out of the group settings, which I really appreciated. I began to form a real friendship with these 2 girls, and we kind of became a group of 3. Over the years, I heard stories of him cheating. Caught him texting, DMing other girls, but he always had an explanation. He was so manipulative and emotionally abusive. He always figured out how to reel me back in. Oh. During this roller coaster relationship, my 2 friends, let's call them Jen and Maddie, always had my back and supported me. It was kind of known he was a piece of shit. When I was 20, I had to live in another city for work, but was traveling back and forth to see him. He broke up with me temporarily during the summer, then reeled me back in once again. During our break, Maddie and Jen continued to hang out with him and the rest of the friend group. It stung, but I also respected that they had been friends long before I was in the picture, so I brushed it off thinking I was being mature. He swore up and down there was no one else while we were apart, but I still had that gut feeling. I managed to peek into his phone. Hate that for me, but I was desperate for the truth and found texts with a random number. They were talking about how they had had sex at a party recently. I confronted him and he had no choice but to admit it. He made up a fake name since it was just a phone number, so I didn't know who she was, but I memorized the number. I, being heartbroken and emotionally drained, tried to look past it. There's no worse feeling than just that emotionally drained, like you just have nothing to give.
You just don't really know what to do.
Yeah. The next day, I'm at his house, and for the first time since our break, I went to throw something in his garbage, and right on top was a used condom.
Ew.
Yuck. His bathroom garbage, sorry.
Yeah.
So just in the toilet garbage bin. Imagine seeing that. Oh, fuck. Oh, that just popped something in my mind, but I'll read it after. I'll think about it after. Oh, yeah. So she went into the garbage, found a used condom. I confronted him and he assured me he only used it to jerk off into, not with someone. I've never heard of that, but okay. He's pulling out. He's pulling out a sock?
Yeah, I thought a sock was what they did.
Really?
Have you never heard of
they
that?
just came on themselves. Shortly after that, we broke up for good. Jen and Maddie still continued to be my friends and we would post on each other's social medias, all the normal stuff. I then got a text from someone else in the friend group who was seeing these posts on social media. She told me that I deserved to know that while my ex and I were apart in the summer, he slept with both Jen and Maddie.
No fucking way.
I immediately texted Jen and asked her. She admitted to it and said it was a few days before I came back in the summer at his house. Turns out I found their condom in the garbage.
Oh.
I immediately blocked her. I texted Maddie. She also admitted to it. As I went to block her, I had an instinct to check her phone number, and of course, it matched the random number.
Poor thing.
You've written this great, by the way.
Yeah.
Talking about having sex at the party. I blocked her and have never spoken a word to any of those three people since.
That's giving some B energy right there.
Yeah.
Just the, all right, you're done.
That.
The block, everything.
And then she does a little, I'll read this part too. It's kind of sad to reflect on what I tolerated and accepted during that time of my life and how it made me act. But I also recognize that I was so young and I did the best I could to navigate it at the time. It's so freeing to be able to laugh about it now and see how far I've come. Love you both and love your pod.
Oh, 3 people.
Well, honestly, the universe did you a favor. They were like, these 3 are trash. Let's just get rid of them all in one.
Yeah.
Like, let's not mess around.
They made it so bad that you didn't have to second think your decision to cut them off.
Exactly.
Okay, first of all, how are Jen and Maddie as friends themselves?
Yeah. Sleeping with the same guy.
And then...
Like, how are you guys okay with that? And it's your friend's boyfriend. Not even ex, it's her boyfriend.
I wonder if they knew between each other.
Probably. Because they would still be hanging out all together. I mean, I don't know.
But maybe they... The way that she said that they admitted it once they were confronted makes me think that there was an element of guilt to it. So when they were confronted, they were like, I'm just going to fess up instead of trying to hold this in. So maybe they didn't tell each other.
Shit. That's so
is
gross.
Just disgusting to think of. When you get all the facts after being in the dark, it's so hard not to go back and try and piece things together or go, oh my God, that night when this was happening, that all makes sense now.
It's so bad. But what I'm thinking too, like, I know it's hard when you are in a group and then you guys break up and then they're still hanging out. Like, that dynamic can be hard, but also I have my own feelings towards that. Like, I think there's a right and a wrong. Like, morally, even if you were friends, say these girls were friends with him before she came into the picture and started dating him, like, me as friends, even if I was friends with him, I'd still be like, morally, like, you're wrong. So I'm not going to go out of my way to hang out with you more than what I have to in a group setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, thinking of my situation, the 2 friends that we obviously were friends with my ex in the whole group. Like we still are, that was a hard thing to navigate because obviously my good friend that met me through my ex has to still be around him, but she's decided in herself, like morally, that's wrong. I have a friendship with B that's separate, so I value that more than, you know, what you did. So it's like having that balance of, yeah, you might have to be around, but going out of your way to hang out with them when it's not needed.
Yeah. But
is
that also
not a nice friend.
Yeah. It speaks on how they prioritize their loyalties. Well, I'm glad that she's come out on top, as you deserve.
For sure. And sometimes, again, like I said, it'll give you something where you can't look away. Like those little things happening throughout the relationship, there was still, I guess, you knew in your gut what the answer was, but there was no solid evidence to slap you in the face. Whereas this was like, boom, like you've got everything
Have it
now.
all.
Yeah. And she's done the right thing. So proud of you. All right. Next one. Do you want to read it? Fuck, I could never do that. Like I could never. That's just so... Imagine, and then you hang out all together and you're acting all friends and you just slept with her boyfriend. Like that is so weird.
So weird.
Oh.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way.
The comfortability of even getting to that point is just so odd to me.
I met these two girls when I was traveling with my partner a few years ago. We clicked and became friends instantly. We all also lived within one block of each other, so once our holiday finished, we all remained friends. Most of us were in marriages or relationships. We are 2 years into this friendship, hanging out every other weekend. Life was good. My partner and I were stoked we had found a big group of friends that we all connected well with. Myself and these two girls, let's call them Sally and Beck, were the closest. Sally was engaged and Beck was married. One night, Beck springs on us that she and her husband were getting a divorce. She told my partner as well at the same time. We were really shocked as we just didn't think they were having any issues. No one said anything to the rest of the group because it wasn't our business. Beck told us after our holiday, brackets 3 months away, that they would be splitting up. So they're obviously about to go on a holiday and she was planning to do it after that.
Right.
Fast forward more than 7 months after Beck told me and Sally, still no sign of a divorce. Meanwhile, the whole time she had been leading on one of our other friends in the group, brackets, she had been friends with him for years and so was her husband. They were sleeping together often and she kept telling him that she was going to leave her husband. He cracked one day and told myself and Sally all of this because he was drained emotionally and had no one else to talk to about it. It all blew up in the friendship group and come to find out, Beck's husband had no idea about this divorce at all and had to find out that his wife and friend, who we often holidayed and partied with, had been having an affair. What's with the...
She's just going around, I'm getting a divorce.
Yeah, she's just trying to get a, like,
Hall
no judgment.
pass.
Yeah, that.
Hall
Daddy,
pass.
daddy, dog. That. Sally and I were always a little sus why she never was as open as us. She never got into the girl chat and it was always very surface level. I guess we now know why. She also messaged us to pick an argument on Christmas Day. That was the first time I ever decided to cut a friend off.
Wow.
Well, obviously, when your morals don't align with a friend, it's so hard to support them.
Yeah.
When they're clearly making decisions that you couldn't even fathom making yourself, how are you meant to show up for them?
You just can't. And as soon as you lose respect for a friend, it is so hard to sit across from them, listen to them speak, and you're just in your mind being like, Shut up, mate. But you do. And that's in any relationship, any type of relationship. As soon as you lose that respect, there's
pretty
no
hard.
point. Like, why do you want to be around people that you don't admire and respect? And unfortunately, if they're long-term friendships, like sometimes they're not meant to last because you both just go completely different.
Yeah, it oozes selfishness. She's not looking after any person in that whole situation. She's not looking after herself, her friends, the guy that she's having the affair with, or her husband. That is incredibly selfish. What is your motive?
Yeah.
What are your values in life to want to just weasel around people for
It's weird.
a little bit of enjoyment on the side.
And it's so uncomfortable. Like, as a friend, if you're sitting there and you're seeing your mate fucking go in the room and...
Yeah, or you know something that the husband doesn't know. To be like, have to carry that. I know that the girls didn't know that the husband didn't know of the divorce, but to even sit in that group setting and have that information and know that she's sleeping with someone else, like it's just not your responsibility to try and keep the peace for someone else that's behaving like that.
Yeah, and it is selfish, like putting your friends in that situation to be like, well, obviously they're not going to go out of their way. Some people would, but go out of their way to tell the husband, like, it's not your place. So it puts you in this weird thing where you're like fighting against your morals, being like, do I go and tell the husband? It's not your place. You're going to cause all this drama.
Yeah.
She's doing this. What do you do? Like, it's this weird scenario.
It's too messy.
Ugh,
it shouldn't
makes
be
you
that.
feel gross.
If your friends love you, they will never put you in such a tough situation like that.
Say my friend made a mistake, right? And she cheated on her partner and she fucking made a really bad mistake and she feels like shit. I wouldn't cut her off for it. I'd be like, look, you fucked up. Like, you need to own that and go and tell him. Like, but if she was still doing this and it was a habit and she's running around having an affair, I'm like, that's like, morally, I can't get on your level.
I can't get amongst it.
I don't approve.
No.
This one is a bit different. And 6 months ago, I moved across state lines to get out of my hometown. The hardest part was actually leaving my best friend. Nobody talks about long distance friendships. Speaking of, I miss my friend Larissa.
I was going to say, I know who it is.
It's so hard, long distance. It's such a weird, shift in a friendship. Anyway, nobody talks about long distance friendships. Anyways, yesterday I get a call and she's bawling. She tells me she's pregnant. Her partner still doesn't know and it's not something she can share with family. I thought it would come naturally to me, but I genuinely don't know how to support her. She's not sure she wants to keep it. This isn't something I can tell people about and it's eating at me that I'm not there with her. I have so much love for this girl and seeing her go through this alone has been the toughest challenge. I feel helpless. What should I do?
I think you should be reassured that a FaceTime and a phone call does go a long way. Just being able to be present on a phone call would make a massive impact.
For sure. It's hard. It is that helpless feeling, like I'm trying to relate back somehow. How can I relate? So Larissa moved overseas and it was at the time where I had just broken up, found out everything about my ex relationship. She was still here for like that week and then she left. So for her, she felt so helpless because it was like the most pivotal stage.
She wouldn't have wanted to leave.
Yeah. And she was just like, I feel like I'm not there for you. I feel like, she'd be seeing me do all these things. And at that time it's hard because of she's trying to check in and do the best she can, but you're not physically there. So you feel like you're missing out. But I think I would always reassure her that, when you are messaging and voice noting, it helps so much. And the friendship at its core, how solid that is. So time and distance doesn't change that. And that they're there for you. They want to be there for you more, but they can't. So they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, and I think your friend in this scenario, like, she'll understand. And obviously if you're the first person she's calling about this, that proves how close you guys are. So even though you feel like you can't be there with her physically, calling and just checking in and doing all that stuff will mean the world to her, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I think whenever a friend is faced with a complex situation, we would all love to be able to offer a straightforward solution. But this one involves so many different things and it's hard to know, like, have peace that you're doing enough. I don't think that she would be looking for you to give a solution. You just have to kind of be ears for when she needs them.
And I think you'll always battle with that. Like, even if you guys were in the same state, you probably would have the same feeling. Like, you would say, am I even doing enough to help her? It's not like you can be at her house the whole time. Sometimes people don't need you there all the time. So I think regardless of where you are, you would always have that feeling.
Sometimes we forget that we can literally ask the question too. Like, what can I do that can help you right now? I don't know. Is there anything specific that you can think of that I could do to take the weight off?
Yeah, ask the question.
When you take pride in being a good friend, you do put pressure on how much initiative you use because you think that doing things without being asked is how you get that rap.
So true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't
like you need to be thinking outside the box. Do they want this?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Do you know what I mean? Like you
So
don't,
true.
like you hang back because you're like, I don't want to ask and then them give me all the answers on how I can be a good friend. But when you're at that stage, and like you said, if you're the first person she's calling, she knows that you can help in some way, and she has that reassurance that you do know how to comfort her. So saying, I really wish I could do more, just give me a specific. She's not going to think any less or think that you're being lazy by not using your initiative.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just came up with that.
No, but that is, you do feel that. You feel this pressure like, fuck, you need to be think ahead or think what you think they want you to do. It's like, just fucking ask.
Yeah. You're at the shop and you're like, if I was her, what would I choose? And then you want to not have to give them another thing to do by helping you with your acts of kindness.
So true.
I've had a friendship breakup dilemma. Let's call her Sarah. We've been close since I was 17 and she was 15. I'm 30 now. Even when I lived abroad in Australia for 3 years, we stayed connected. But the past 5 to 6 years, I've lived in another town for uni and she hasn't visited once, rarely checks in, and didn't even check in when I shared I was struggling with severe depression. I've always been the one reaching out, and now that she has a new partner and a baby, it feels like the end. I miss her, but I'm not sure she feels the same, and I feel so guilty for not being able to fully feel happy for her. Oh, that's hard. I expressed once I feel sad how things are, and she said she's extremely busy, brackets, she's a nurse. Even her friend's friend invited me for dinner with Sarah, and Sarah didn't even reach out to say, hey, it would be fun if you joined. So I didn't go. How do you move on from a one-sided friendship, emotionally and practically? I mean, having a partner and a baby and being a nurse is so consuming, and I feel like you should be so proud of yourself for having that consideration and empathy for what's going on in her life, but you can't keep being the only one that's making the effort. And like we were saying before, sometimes friendships do just have those phases where they go a bit quiet. You guys might have the best years when I'm not sure if you have a kid, but like when you have a family of your own and you can connect in that way. Sometimes things don't line up and where your life isn't compatible with each other.
Just like any, again, relationship, friendship, whatever it is, it takes two. Like it has to be a even playing field when it comes to making plans and reciprocating that energy. Like I've been in situations where, I've had to pull back to see, as just a little test really, to see, okay, I'm usually the one that always makes the plans. What happens when I'm not doing that? Does it just not happen? If that's the case, well then, yeah, unfortunately it's going to fade. And then I feel like if they're real friends, they kind of realize that and they go, oh shit, I need to step up and bring that into the friendship, because it takes two. Like it's not fair if one's just doing all the work.
Yeah.
So I can see how you're feeling, and obviously, yeah, she's in a different phase of her life. So I guess you kind of just have to ride the wave and do your thing. Like you can obviously say something to her if you wanted, if you felt it was necessary to be like, hey, I know
she said something.
She said something to Sarah.
Yeah, and she said that she
said she's too busy.
She's extremely busy.
Well, then now I would just pull back a little and fade it out, and doesn't mean you guys won't ever be close again. As you said, it might come back around, but yeah, there's only so much you can do. Let it be until she sort of pulls her head in and be like, fuck, I miss her. Like I need to make an effort.
Pulls her head in.
I've got friends that are so busy and like they will always make time. Like it doesn't have to be this big grand catch up. It can be a little walk, get a coffee, as long as you're seeing each other, having that interaction, like,
or like making time to have a phone call, just saying, look, I'm really busy, but I'd love to catch up. How does this day, this time, can we just put our phones down while we do things around the house? Oh, I was going to say something that's highly respected in a friendship is being able to take accountability. So obviously we don't know the extent of how this conversation between you both went. You know, your friend said, oh, I'm extremely busy and I just haven't been able to. But I'm sort of hoping that she might have said, I can see how you feel that way. You're not too busy to receive someone's complaints, someone that you care about, and just completely dismiss them and say, oh, well, I'm just busy. Because then that makes you feel shit. Like, what did that friendship ever mean to them if they're just like, well, I'm just busy, you just need to get over it. Yeah, there's ways
to go about it,
to communicate through it when availability isn't quite lining up and it's taking a toll on one party. There definitely are people out there that do the whole big message. I don't know, you just have to think before taking big actions like that. You have to think, what do I want? What am I looking for? What can they say or what can they do that's going to make me happy? Yeah, I don't know, cornering them into some sort of answer or a shift. Like if you put too much pressure on the friendship and then they start showing up but you feel like it's forced, not really genuine, like do you really want that anyway? I would just, take a step back like B said, and then hopefully she comes around and she goes, hey, you know, how are you? And then there's an opportunity later on to say, well, look, to be honest, I just kind of got on with what was going on for me and was hoping and wishing you the best, but I just did it from a bit more of a distance.
Wow, I actually have a perfect example of this, and that's exactly what that line just triggered something. So...
You're like, do that's so Raven thing where she like goes, I had a vision.
So that actually was a scenario with me recently, and a friend that I had had for 8 years or something, like a long time. And she met her partner and getting married and all this stuff. And of course that is your focus. Like she didn't have the best history with partners. So then she found a good one and it's like, that was her world, which I completely understand. So fine. But it was me making plans, and then I'm going through this breakup and she wasn't really reaching out. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm just going to see my friends that are there for me. And that sort of faded out. There was nothing wrong that happened. It was just a fade out. And her wedding was coming up. She got eloped and then had this big party. And it was always the dynamic of 3 of us friends, and then she just didn't invite my other friend that I am closer with. So it was like randomly she just didn't invite her with no explanation, nothing. It was just this random thing, but invited me. And I just felt so weird going. Like for one, it was us 3. You guys were closer than me and you. So I just felt strange. Like you didn't give an explanation to one of my best mates. And I just said to her, look, I said, there's no bad blood. I just said, you know, I have felt like we've drifted, which is so fine, and I'm so happy for you and I wish nothing but the best. I'll always support you from afar. I said I can't be there on your day, unfortunately, but I wish you the best, and you know, one day if we ever catch up, it'll be so fine, but I don't think this friendship is gonna has anywhere to go, you know,
and just feels a bit like it's sitting in a grey area.
Yeah, it was fully a friendship breakup now that I think about it.
Having the wedding as a date that's approaching where you have to kind of make a decision, do I really want to be there? Do I feel good about being there? That's gonna obviously encourage you to have to send that message.
Yeah, and she replied really nicely.
It doesn't have to be a big scary thing. Because everything is as temporary as you want it to be, and I think it's just all comes under the communication banner. Like just communicating will give you some clarity and some freedom, and then you can revisit when things are different.
Yeah.
Well, I'd hate to be that friend that you just dumped because I love you. Our last segment of today's episode, we're going to rapid fire some situations and then either claim them right, wrong, red or green flag.
Shit, I need to write that down.
Bare minimum or princess treatment.
All of them?
Why not?
Shit. All right.
Well, something might come up and you go, red flag.
Okay.
And don't worry about right or wrong.
Yeah.
That's the same as red and green. Sorry. First one.
Yep.
They constantly interrupt you, talk over you, or dismiss your feelings.
Red flag.
You should care about what your friend has to say. You end up suppressing yourself when someone's constantly interrupting you. You just stop. You just give up trying to be a part of a conversation.
There's look, there's always going to be dynamics where someone's more outgoing or something, you know, one friend might be quieter. And I notice in group settings, the dynamic changes again. Do you notice that? I notice it so much. Like one-on-one, it's completely different. Group, you put all these personalities in a group and some are quieter, some are louder, some, you know, you get excited and you don't mean to talk over each other. That's, I guess, a different thing if you're all like, oh my God. But when someone is opening up and then you're just fucking slamming it down, that's shit.
Yeah. They stand up for you if someone talks badly about you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Bare minimum. Say I'm with someone and they start talking badly about you.
Oh.
Then you can either one, just dismiss the whole conversation. Just go, no, I don't agree with that. And then kind of change the topic because why you want to entertain that conversation. Or you can then try and deep dive and be like, why do you say that? Or do you really think that I'm the right person to be venting that to when you know how close I am with B?
Yeah.
Are you wanting me to contribute to this conversation right now? Because I ain't going to do it. Now you look shit.
Yeah. Fuck. No one would ever want to ever try that. When I ever hear stuff, I'm like, why did they feel so comfortable to say that though? Like I always think, why would someone knowingly, if you guys are that close, why would someone sit there and think, I'm going to say all this stuff hoping she's going to join in? That's just weird.
What? Don't seek validation from me when you know that I'm friends with that person.
But some people buy into it or ask questions and go, oh, why? Thinking they're doing the right thing. But no, the right thing is to say, are you really going to sit there and talk like that?
Yeah.
I suggest you fucking...
Yeah, check yourself.
You fuck off or I will rage.
I feel the rage.
Yeah.
That's just...
You just shut that down straight away. Like straight away, shut it down. Don't even entertain. Don't sit there silent. Just because you're not saying anything, that doesn't mean you're doing the right thing. You go, I appreciate you wouldn't speak like that in front of me. If you're going to speak like that about my mate, you can go elsewhere.
There's the door.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for those who might not have the confidence that B does. And I'm just saying, you know, if you don't have the confidence to address the thing, then if you need to, you just can change the topic. Do you know what I mean? And then you can bank that information and go, I know that about that person now. And maybe build that confidence so that the next time you approach them. Because I'm just thinking in a situation.
Or you can say, can we change the subject, please? I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate you talking like that about my friend.
And
Simple.
then you can even afterwards send a message and say, hey, before I might not have...
Of course you would send a message.
No, not now. I'm thinking... we spoke about our younger selves and my younger self would have been a little pipsqueak. But now I would say
I don't know if I got across enough.
I'm not sure. I just have really been thinking about what you said and I think you're a fucking bitch. Okay?
Block, never see you again.
But yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Some people, that is confronting. But I think if you don't have to say it in such a big way, but it's still nice to have your friends back. And the simplest way you can say is, but hey, I would appreciate if you just didn't speak like that in front of me about my friend. Simple.
It's just weird, eh?
Yeah. And people don't expect it. And then when you say it, they won't ever do it again. Sorry, I got heated because I hate that shit.
No, I love it. She's a girl's girl. Oh, this one's a good one. They respect your time, boundaries, and other relationships. I feel like when this is the case, it goes unspoken and you can feel it. And it makes you more inclined to want to lean on that friend because you don't feel the pressure of having to justify yourself. You know, they go, oh, I know you're busy.
Low maintenance.
Yeah, that. Literally, low maintenance.
Yeah.
That is, would you say it's bare minimum?
Not always. Like for us, it probably is, but some people would think that's I don't know.
Yeah, but that's also people that have more of a selfish agenda and they're like, well, I want to see you, so why can't I see you? That's coming from them to have an issue with you setting boundaries, respecting that you have other relationships. You know, you can't expect to be someone's fucking everything when you're a friend.
Yeah.
Like, you might be in the moments that you spend together, but everyone's living their own life. And especially as you get older, where more responsibilities come into play and, you know, jobs are looking different to what they did. They're not just 9 to 5. Some people have multiple jobs where you can't keep up with their schedule. So when they do say they're busy and you're going, oh, but they always seem to be busy at random times, like they never have time. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever have that? You probably don't, because you're more of a fucking hard bitch than me. But do you ever feel like even when you can't commit to something, or you can't say you can't go to work because you're sick, or you've injured yourself and you physically can't show up to an occasion that you previously committed to, the reason that you can't show up is legit, you still feel like you're doing something wrong? Like you're lying? Do you know what I mean? Like if I was like dirtbag sick and I had to call up
Dirtbag sick.
I had to call up and say I can't come to work, I would feel so bad, like I was lying. But I'm like, why don't I stand in the reality of me actually just being too sick to work? You know, why do I carry shame and guilt about that? So when I say no to catching up with friends,
You feel bad.
well, not anymore, because all my friendships are those
Low maintenance. I get it.
Yeah. But there's definitely been times where I feel bad for saying no, and even though I literally can't hang out with you.
But is that because you feel like they're going to take it personally, or they're that type of person that would get a bit upset about it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it is that.
Because some friends I not anymore, like you said, as you get older, you just weed out sort of those dynamics. But it would be more of the friends where, you know, they're a bit sensitive. I don't know how
They
they're
go, oh, not going to lie, I'm pretty disappointed.
Yeah. Or give you
Don't rouse on me.
Or give you some attitude, or like go bloody silent treatment for days. I'm like,
yeah,
the
so
fuck?
true.
So then you go, oh shit, I need to overcompensate or over explain, when really all you say is, hey, like now I'd be like, oh yeah, I feel like shit. Can we just do another night?
Yeah.
And it's simple, easy, move on.
They ditch the moment something better comes along.
That's a red flag. But what is it? What do I need more context?
Yeah.
What do you
I
mean?
need more context, because say you and I made plans and then one of us got offered a job that, you know, we had to do.
Yeah,
But
I don't
that's
think
not-
they're meaning that. I think they're meaning,
Another friend comes
Yeah.
available and they're like, I'm actually going to go do that with her.
yeah, that's shit. But there's a lot of people like that. And again, it's what benefits them at that time. Like there's friends that are like that. They might be in their party phase and say you guys just had a plan to go to dinner and it's not going to be as wild. But then they've got another friend who they know they're going to go out, meet guys and go for gold. They're going to go with that mate.
When you do appreciate different friends for different things, you can sort of just let them do that. You can be happy with being their dinner date and knowing
And
they're
then
going to go do something else. Like,
True.
when you get older, things just fall into place. Like, it's
But that's
less
if they're being honest too. Like if they go, oi,
true.
we're going to dinner, they go, oh fuck, there's someone here, I'm actually pretty keen. She's going to come meet me. Like you say it.
I mean,
I'd be
having
like, yeah.
someone, you know, sabotage
Yeah.
your dinner date when you thought it was going to be one thing, that's a bit dog.
But I think if she's being, again, if the friend's being honest and being like, shit, I'm just want to party, or I'm in this phase, I'll come to dinner with you, I eat with you.
Can't stop.
And then I'm out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's not that deep.
They genuinely hype you up and celebrate your wins without jealousy. That is so lovely. I was going to say the same fucking language that I've been using the whole time. So good.
Well,
That's so nice.
That's beautiful. And I think that should be bare minimum in a friendship.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that is what like
Being
what,
friends is about.
Yeah.
Pumping each other up, being
100%.
supportive. Another one that is common, I guess, when you're actively having coffee dates with friends
Yeah.
is a friend that either always puts their hand in their pocket to cover you or never does. I think it's so beautiful that all of my friendships for the last few years or even longer, there's always that unspoken, no, I'll get you. You just get next time. Because it's almost like a nice romantic way of being like, we're going to do this again.
Yeah.
So I'll look after you this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can do it next time. I love doing that.
Same. Stinginess in a friendship, it's tricky. Like even if you're at a big dinner or whatever and just someone's eaten one little thing and they're like,
stuff.
I only got this.
This is what, yeah.
You know, it's like fucking just split it 6 ways.
You
like,
know,
unless you really just had like nothing to eat.
Yeah.
You're not paying for everyone's meal, but like.
When you commit to showing up for someone's birthday at a restaurant and it's a group thing, one way to justify it is I'm getting more than just the food out of this experience.
Yeah.
I'm having time with my friend and her friends. Mm-hmm. You know, there's more.
You're part of the chat, so you're there the whole time.
Yeah, so why? That's one way that I always justify just paying
that's a good
my
way to
portion.
look at it.
I would rather create for a nice environment and occasion and a simple, like, easy transaction at the end of the night by just going, yeah, I showed up. I got to experience these lovely conversations and be there and invest into a friendship that means a lot to me. So I'm happy to pay for that.
Yeah. I've had scenarios where like I'll pay for it just so it's easier and like they won't transfer. Like, and then I feel weird having to even ask again.
You just don't.
I'm like,
don't make me ask.
and if it's like $50-$70, I'm like, fuck.
That's different.
Is it really
like,
that?
I was going to say if it's a coffee, but if you're going out for lunch.
No, if it's like a lunch and like I've had people just not sort of follow through and then I feel weird even asking for like 50 or 70, but like I feel like that's weird even though it is still money. Yeah, I'm kind of like.
But I would feel weird not thinking of that afterwards.
But some people don't. Some people like are weird about it.
Like,
I just love the friends that do it. Like
I ordered this from Amazon and then as I press order, it's like ding and B's transferred half. I'm like, it's out of the way. It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
You move on.
It's a gesture of appreciation. It also makes you more inclined to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say something else to wrap it up, but I can't remember. Something else about friends.
Oh, really? We've only been speaking about it for an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You just can't expect people to be the same friend that you are.
100%.
Especially when you take pride in being such a good one.
Yeah.
That relieves you of the expectations that you have on others, if that makes sense. Or it relieves you of disappointment. Yeah. Because no one's going to be you.
It goes back to there is an etiquette and you have to decide if that meets what you even want in a friend.
That's it. Yeah. It's up to you to then decide if the way that they show up for you is enough.
Yeah.
It might not be the same, but are you still happy with it?
Yeah.
Well, just before we wrap up, I just want to say one more thing.
Is it about friends?
Yeah, it's about friends. One piece of advice, as you get older and you are really cherishing your friendships, don't gatekeep them, because the more I've let my friends be involved with other friends, the more magnetic everything feels and more connected everything feels. And I know that when you're younger, you can have that bit of jealousy of, that's my friend. You have that claim over them. You're like, she's my friend. Why is she?
Yeah.
But it's the more the merrier thing. Mm-hmm. And as you get older and grow up, you really do value that.
And it is, again, maturity, age, and knowing your friends, the friends you have, are open to that.
All right, guys. Well, that's the end of episode 13.
Is it?
Yeah.
Number 13?
14.
Oh,
shit. Sorry, I'm not even going to put
I don't even know the numbers. We're looking forward to covering all the ships.
Cruise ships, the yachts, the tinnies.
Friendships, relationships, situationships.
Now we actually are going to deep dive situationships and relationships in their own eps because, relationships are literally what life's all about.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
We love you guys.